ibxtoycat, and welcome back to an episode of the Minecraft Bedrock live stream adventures. That's the name of the series now, I've decided. Today, I'm working on 1.17. You might have heard that the update is coming out real soon. In fact, the first pre-release for it is coming out tomorrow. I'm excited to play around with some new things, and there are some preparations you can do for this update. A few people have asked me to make videos talking about that. Who knows for sure if we will. Let's for now instead focus on actually doing the things that I intend to do to prepare for this update, because unlike a lot of other updates, there's a lot of weirdnesses to this update that make it a little bit different. And if you're curious about how it's different, then allow me to explain how, if you have any gold or any iron in your world, you don't want to mine it. This is a weird situation that isn't necessarily common before right now, but it is a thing right now. If you have gold ore, let's say you have thousands of gold ore that you mined in a mesa biome. Let's say you have iron ore. Do not smelt this iron ore now. That is the one lesson before anything else we get in this video. Do not smelt any iron ore. You can smelt your lapis if you want to. You can smelt your diamond or your emeralds. It's not a good idea, but you can. But don't mine your iron, because after this update, if you have a fortune pickaxe, you'll be able to get raw iron in quantities of 2 to 4. Well, I think it's 1 to 4. Like, there's a small chance of 1. Anyway, you can get up to 4 iron for every iron ore block you have before this update. And so if you already have enough iron to cover you for the next few weeks, as indeed I'm sure any Minecraft player does, then maybe what you'd instead prefer to do is you'd instead prefer to get some iron prior to the update, ready for it, so you can make some raw iron pathways, maybe a raw iron golem, whatever ludicrous plans you have, you can make them into reality. Don't let your dreams remain dreams. Instead, let them become memes. And so yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit of mining, and it's going to be for the first time preparing for an update, which is fun. I love mining so much. When I first made this Let's Play World, I made this mine like this, so I could branch mine all over. I could branch mine at 24 and this and that, etc. In reality, most of the branch mining I do is like at the roughly correct layers, as you can see right here. But that's a little boring, and so yeah, let's also, we'll be eating chorus fruit today, I've decided. Not for any particular reason, but I do have some of them I need to get rid of, and let's hope that doesn't kill me. It's not meant to kill you, but you know, either is smoking, and that still kills you anyway, according to most people. Who aren't you know, it's always people who do a bad thing who are like convincing you the thing's actually not as bad as you think, and like there's always a little bit of truth to it, but it's always a bit more like, well, hey, look at that, by the way. See, this is iron ore. If I mine this right now, actually it doesn't matter what pickaxe I use. I can use my fortune pickaxe. I just get 1 iron ore, just one of these fellas. But if I mine this in 2021 post 1.17, I'll get 4 of them. The new mountains won't come to 1.18, says Anton Graman. Yeah, it's funny. The Caves and Cliffs update will not be, part 1 will not actually be updating the caves or the cliffs in significant ways. It is, again, it sounds like a bit of a meme, but again, we've spoken about this so many times before. I almost like don't want to dive into that side of things anymore. Like they did a bad management job. It goes without saying. And now we are where we are, and now we work with our updates coming out. Because I think there's something interesting, right? Even if an update came out and it just had 2 features, it would still be a better version of Minecraft, right? I always wanna. I'm always a believer in like I'm always a believer in like starting from. I think it's called first principles, but like start from scratch again and be like, okay, like if it's not as good of an update as the Caves and Cliffs was meant to be, but it's a better update than no update by some margin. And I think that although you should hold a business to a higher standard, as far as like, can you be excited? Heck yeah, you can be excited. You don't need caves, you don't need cliffs to be excited for a new update. Anyway, so yeah, the goal is to get as much iron ore as we can today, and then we're also gonna be working on some other projects, because I'm gonna level with you. When I do mining live streams, there's always something else happening below the surface. Or above the surface. I guess in this case, below the surface, but you get the point. Also, thank you very much for the tip. Cancerous Attitude, mining 1,000 iron for several hours, so people stop asking me to make an iron farm. I love that so many of your tips are just like Toycat's greatest live stream titles, the hits revisited. Also, thank you, Dasher. It's good to see you today, Dasher. You know, there was a cat named Dasha that I almost stayed with recently. I wonder if that name's Russian or if it's like, you know, like there's always Russian. Also, hi Toycat, your stream is good. Thank you. I honestly, you know what? I appreciate the compliment. But whenever you get like a basic enough compliment, it always like I hope I'm not calling it a compliment basic, but it's always like, you know what? You gotta worry about the sarcasm, right? Like most sarcasm isn't like deep and in depth. It's just like, oh yeah, I really like, I think that the Caves and Cliffs update is better being split into two. I think that they should remove features from all future updates. See, that's sarcasm because it's basic. But if I talk about my actual like things that I like, I really like I don't like anything. I'm a bitter miserable man who plays Minecraft to prolong the inevitable death that's coming at the end here. But no, I think that like something I really like. I really like the feeling of streaming on the internet. I like sharing my thoughts with the world and seeing that some people share those thoughts. And some people like those thoughts enough to tip, and that's crazy because money is a finite thing. You can say you like things all you like, but then when you attach $5 to it, it's like, wow, that must be real. Either that's real, or you're very bad at understanding that money is finite, and everyone has to understand at some point that it is, and therefore, good job, thank you. Bare minimum, I'm buying myself a slice of pizza with that, and it's going to be very good. You should just mine iron and gold, ignore all the other ores, and just mine iron. Yeah, that's basically my plan. Also, I'm going to have to go grab a shulker box, because I am mining with like only a few inventory spots, so it's a thing we have to worry about. But yeah, look at this. Every single time we get iron, by not smelting this iron, I want to reiterate, we're not smelting these 21, 22, 20, 29 iron ores, by 28 iron ores. By not smelting them, we are making money. And then we can do silly things later. Okay, so chat, how are you doing on this fine Wednesday morning? I have something weird that I didn't really know about until I learned something new about myself today that like I've never really thought about as being true because it just doesn't come up. Like there are so many things that you don't know that you like and that you don't know you don't like because you're not exposed to them. And so I learned something new that like makes me feel uncomfortable on a level that I don't quite understand. And I'm going to share it with you today, Internet. You're welcome. So, yeah, I don't think I have any iron ore just lying around here. Because, why did I stop mining down this one? But basically, I learned something new. Also, first though, way more important than learning something new is silly animations. £5, ticket tax. Also, you remember the name Silly during Realm Review this month. I'm very. Oh, it's a bribe to check out your Realm for Realm Review in June. Oh, the cool news is Realm Review is going out off this live stream. I was gonna do it before, but I didn't. Now you know. The more you know, the more you know. Am I right? Yeah. Should we just start mining blindly in like a diagonal direction? I don't see what could go wrong with that idea. But yeah, basically, I learned. Also, good yard, Mr. Toycat. Good yard is not a greeting I've heard before. Thank you for this brand new greeting. I will add it to my greetings book. And the next time I hear good yard, I'll be like, oh, that was the greeting I heard from that one person on the internet. You know, I'm still mind blown that oh, look at that. Diamonds. So diamonds aren't iron or gold, so we're not going to bother mining them. Because they don't have any value to us. You can already get four diamonds from a single diamond block. That's not exciting anymore. Getting it from iron and gold, that's a new 1.17 feature. So yeah, something that I learned about myself. Like I just don't expose myself to it because I buy clothes that more or less fit me. Maybe they're on the tighter side of fitting, or maybe they're not. But so I don't know how this happened. In my luggage, when I arrived at this Airbnb, when I arrived at my current apartment, I noticed very weirdly that there was a brand new shirt in here. I've never seen this shirt before in my life. It says what? Fearless? And then it's a picture of a panther. Like, what is this? Is it saying fearless? It is. And it's size like it's too many. I think it's a size large or an extra large. I don't know what it is, but it's like hilariously large compared to me. Like like it goes all the way out to both sides like this. It's super large. And something I learned is that like like, a lot of people love large clothing. It's like their comfort clothing. This makes me distinctly uncomfortable. Like, I'm like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm feeling like mildly discomfortable just wearing this. And so in the same, oh, look, gold ore, by the way. That's good. We're going to mine that because we need it. Then it's not your shirt. Says Daniel Durnan. I think you'll find if a shirt belongs to you, it's your shirt. No, I'm sure what it is we accidentally, like, I don't know how or when, because I don't know anyone who has large shirts. Like, there's no one in my life who I've met in the last month who would have a large size shirt that would have left it. You know, and then there's no opportunity for them to put it there. So at some point, someone else's shirt ended up in my luggage, and now I have this Fearless shirt, and it makes me, again, lots of people love this, like, large clothing thing. It, like, genuinely makes me uncomfortable. Like, I'm like, this is like this is the same, I feel gross in the same way I would if I hadn't showered in a 3 day. If the comments were right about how little I showered, I would feel the same way as I do right this moment in this very situation. And so, yeah, we need to keep on placing torches. And, so, yeah, if you're going to neverify your pickaxe collection, I feel you should keep the Nightcat as a damn pickaxe. Hey, Doomy Games, I think I read this one out yesterday, but, it's a fun idea. The Nightcat will remain as is, don't you worry. Although it would look more like a night sword if it was, like, purple. Also, isn't it interesting that Netherite's black, but I guess all tools go purple when you enchant them. But it's interesting that Netherite effectively just... Oh, also slimes. We need those, I think. For something or other. So let's go take these up. And then let's go grab a shulker box so we can do this more effectively. And then let's also go back up to our lava thing. Depending on how much bigger the shirt is, I'm a medium, but by large, I like loose t-shirts. See, right, yeah, I'm the opposite. I used to have a bigger problem where I'd always buy, like, not a size smaller, but, like, the smaller of the two sizes I was between. Like, if I was, like, half small, half medium, I'd buy a small. Because, like, something feeling tight, you know it's on you, you know it's good. The only reason I stopped... Oh, God. What happened here? Chat, how did this happen? Oh, it's probably the water from up there that spilled and reached down here, and man, that's a big problem. Let's hope that goes away. And it's gone. Okay, and it started over there. Well, this is probably not causing me any major downsides. Oh, this is like legitimately upsetting. Like, come on. Oh no, I'm how and why is that happening, you know? Like, I'm so confused by the fact that, honestly, you know, water physics, you always think you understand them, and then you don't understand them anymore, and life doesn't make any sense. Like, why is this a thing here? I just don't get it. Huge t-shirts make me feel like a homeless person for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very also crikey, a flood. What happens on the streams on Simp website Twitch? I can't see ones from 2020. What happened to the streams on Simp web? Oh, I guess Twitch doesn't store them anymore. I heard they weren't doing archives, but I never really thought about it. Also, what do you want the 1.19 update to be? And how dare you not grab the diamonds? It's Stephen Polyson. Good to see you, Stephen Polyson. You know that poly means multiple, right? So you're Stephen of the many sons. And also, MK Ultra Gaming, Toycat Tax Gaming. I am in fact gaming today. You know, so this t-shirt, I wore it today. I tried to wear it for as long as I could. If I'm streaming though, I want to have a good time. And you know what having a good time means? It means taking off things that give you a bad time. So I'm going to see how much gold and how much iron I pick up today using this large chest, and then take it out at the end. But we need to grab a shulker box first of all. So off to the other side of my world we go. On the meantime, while I change my shirt, you can take a look at my the farm I made yesterday. It's a very nice farm, isn't it? As you can see, it's 2 lava blocks. One of which, I actually, you know, it's a whole fun thing. We're just going to stand right here, and you can enjoy... Actually, wait, we'll stand over here, and you can enjoy the lava next to the ice, next to the snow. Be right back a second. Have you ever heard someone say good yard before? That's not like a normal greeting, is it? That's definitely a weird thing. Like, are they saying that I don't know how to put it. Also, what would I like the 1.19 update to be? If I was choosing, and I'm not. I like archaeology as a theme. But I think they'd be better off like picking some other thing, you know? Like I think they'd be better off picking structure, the structural integrity update or something, and then update some underground structures at the same time. Also, bruh, your quality is becoming poop right now. It's funny, so many people always like jump to be like, it's on you. I have the most amazing internet at this place, and then YouTube says it's fine, which means it's like, it's funny that like people assume it's always...
Live stream. Love your channel, been watching it a lot. Have your world love it too. Have to go to bed, gotta go to work in 3 hours. Does this make me Welsh now?
Thank you so much, Super Sam 10, for the 1417 tip. By the way, thank you so much for using Streamlabs, but it's good to see you, Super Sam. You are, in fact, officially Welsh. You have the Welsh seal of approval, and I would like to offer my condolences? I would like to, yeah, have my condolences for being Welsh. I can't believe that you now have to speak that language. You see how many syllables it has? It's nutty. It's too much. No one can deal with it. And, yeah, so we're gonna take I guess we'll just take a green shulker box. I really am running out of these, huh? I have a huge problem. I need to work out. Anyway, so, I can't work out what time zone you'd be in to go to sleep to work in 3 hours. Like, what? Let me think about that. So, if you live on the west coast of America, you'd be working at 3 p.m. and you'd be sleeping because you needed a nap because you stayed up all night. That's the best I can do. I guess you're a night shift person, in which case it will make sense. You know what? Everything makes sense if you work night shifts, and then nothing makes sense also. I have a friend that recently switched to night shifts. It was like 50p extra an hour or something, and he's like, well, it's the pandemic anyway. Like, oh no, am I not gonna socialize with people as much? I wonder how much, I wonder how, like, those micro decisions we made about, like, oh yeah, socializing doesn't exist anymore, blah, 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 are, like, gonna stick with us for a while. I realized rather than going to the other side of my world, I'm just gonna start mining underground here, and then work my way over there. It's a very good idea that definitely doesn't have any flaws. Statue of Liberty made out of copper blocks. Can't wait to see that update come out, says Kai von Mars Steven. Interesting. By the way, this is my new Merry Wolfmas shirt. By new, I mean I bought it at a Goodwill last year. I didn't buy it at Goodwill. I bought it at some other thrift store. My girlfriend's always like, make sure you clarify. It wasn't actually a Goodwill. And it's like, isn't it Goodwill? Like, it's just kind of the generic term, right? Like, oh yeah, I went to a thrift store, which I feel like thrift stores are like way more common in the UK as charity stores, but they're like not seen as being viable options as much as they are here, which is a shame because that's good. Everyone loves viable options, in my opinion. So yeah, make a rail dupe for 1.17 is out. I think it's like such a weird thing to like cheat yourself. Like, you get me? Like, I don't understand why you would want to dupe. Like, just if you want to duplicate rails, hop into creative, my man. Like, like if you don't care about the work end of Minecraft, you can play creative as much as you like. Like, no one is stopping you. No one's saying, hey, you have to stay in survival. And if you want to stay in survival because you're like, oh, but like it shows that I've done it in survival, then it's like, well, if you cheat, then like the whole point goes away of doing it in survival. So why do it in survival at all? Is a very valid question that I don't know has a valid answer. See, I'm going to slowly just work my way across the world, making a big old tunnel. Yeah, that seems like it makes as much sense as any other idea. And then when we have too much stone, we put it in our green shulker box. There is an idea that I will stick to. I think the tool naming is dumb. All it's useful for is distinguishing a silk touch from the fortune pickaxe on Java. Even then, right, like the silk, like you can tell my fortune pickaxe and you can tell my silk touch pickaxe because they're like high up enchantments there, you know? Like you can, there's no need to name things. It's totally like a It's a desire thing, right? Also, are you winning, son? Here, take your allowance. Thank you, Zach Lukic. I feel like I missed your tip. But now, I get to talk about the thing that's way more important than tips. Because, oh god. Look at this. I found a new cave in my world. This is a world that I've had for 9 years now. And I just found a brand new cave that I've never walked into before, it looks like. Oh wait, is that a torch there? Okay, there's a torch there. I found a part of the cave that I haven't been to before, and you can tell that because it still has ores lying around it. Look at that. See, there's something so fun about having an old world for like finding, like 9 years ago, maybe like 8, we don't know for sure, but it was like a long time ago in the 360 days, I came into this cave and I torched it up, and now all these years later, I'm coming through and I'm picking up the iron ore that I missed. Isn't that beautiful? Don't you think so, Internet? Naming items is the only way we can customize them. Let us have it. Yeah, I think the dyeable armor concept is something that they should give more options to, in the sense that like, if you want to use free sticks while crafting a pickaxe to make a long pickaxe, I don't see why you shouldn't be able to. You know, if you want to use one stick to make short, I guess that would be like an advantage or something. Like I think having like minor differences for you to put out in the game might be a good idea. Like, I'm still sad. One of the things I was sure they were doing with the combat update the first time they did it, like, I still think it's a good idea. I still would love to see it. But one of the things that I think is like a real missed opportunity is having different weapon types. Have a halberd that has a super long range. Like, they kind of do it with the trident, because the trident has a longer range, I want to say, than other weapons. Same with the hoe. But like, it could have been like a substantial combat rework. And that way you pick your weapon based on who you are. Kind of like, one of the cool decisions in Minecraft is smite versus sharpness. You know, the other one of mending versus infinity. Like, mutually exclusive enchantments are a cool idea. But it'd be cool if we had more things like that, you know? More opportunities to forge your own path in Minecraft. I guess you could argue the potions are kind of like which potion effect is the best. But even that question gets really simply answered with like, oh yeah, there is the best one for solo is probably like, you know, speed or strength, depending on which you need. Actually, strength is probably the best for combat as well. Like, you know, no one's ever like, yeah, the potion of leaping is so good, it helps me out all the time. And maybe that's the real shame. So yeah, as we go through these caves, we're gonna slowly just pick up some iron that I left. Because honestly, at this point in time, when I went through these caves, I literally had no more need for iron. I had minecart rails as much as I needed them. I was like, iron just doesn't have a value to me anymore. And so it's fun to come back and pick up the iron that I left. And it's actually, oh, here's the thing. If I'd have collected that iron all those years ago, it would be worth 1 iron ingot. Because I'm collecting it now, it's worth between 2 and 4 iron ingots, or 2 to 4 raw iron, which is even better. Because here's the thing, this has always fascinated me as like a nature process. It's called like a chemical change or something. There are certain processes in nature you can't reverse. Like, it's the same material, but you can go from one, like, you know, if you take a wood, I don't know, if you take, let me give a dumb example. Here is some water. I'm going to drink this water. In about half an hour, 45 minutes, a day, I don't know how long it takes, it will turn into pee, right? Pee is not water. Pee is a distinctly different thing. But you can take pee and you can turn it back into water by separating urea. You can use, I think, reverse osmosis, right? If you evaporate the water away, you're left with the urea crystals, and then you can take the... My point is you can turn it back the other way, right? You can reverse that process. But you can't do that with... If you burn wood, you have ash. There is nothing you can do to ash, short of, like, mythical fantasy solutions, that will turn it back into wood. One way... Like, I don't know why, but, like, that like, sparked a light bulb in my head that, like, that... In real life, that is true a lot, but it's also true in Minecraft. If you have, you know, purely hypothetically, if you have an iron ore, if you have raw iron, you can turn raw iron into an iron ingot by smelting it, but you can't turn an iron ingot into raw iron, and therefore, I would make the argument. I would say that raw iron is better than regular iron. Because with raw iron, you can pick both, right? You can pick iron or you can pick raw iron. But with regular iron, you can't ever go back. And so it's actually a good thing to have the worst version of something sometimes. Oh, look at that. There's a little staircase that leads me out to here. That's beautiful. Let's go down into another cave now, I guess. Because I'm sure I left iron in more places like that. And if we can combine two projects, light up the world at the same time as placing torches around it, I don't see any reason why not. So, Kat, in the 8-year world tour in Grief, you forgot the Woodland Mansion and TU-31. Yeah, no, the funny thing about this world is there's no real way to show off the entire thing in one video. I've tried many times, and I've failed many times. Maybe for the 10-year anniversary, we can do like a 3-hour-long video where I literally show off every single minor, major thing about it. But, okay, there's a cave down here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I knew it. See, I know where the weird caves are in my world. And then we can mine through here. Try and find the iron that I left, again, all those years ago. And worst case, we just place some torches down. Also, thank you, Pink and Blue. Whatever items should we be... whatever items should be upgradable from something. From smithing. Yeah, I you know, like the pickaxe where you could, like, customize them a little bit, or any other tool. I would love for, I'd love for the swords for you to be, you know, like, kind of like how the axe is a slow sword right now, right? On Java. On Bedrock, the axe, just fun fact you might not know, the sword does 8 damage, axe does 7. They both hit the same speed. There's no reason to use an axe over a sword on Bedrock, but on Java, it's obviously very different. So, where did that go? I feel like it just broke, right? I would love to see swords where you can, like, make it heavier. You can make a sword from 4 or even 6, you know, diamond or netherite or whatever. Or iron, I guess not netherite. You could do that, and then it would make it slightly more damage, but a lot slower. You know, the broadsword, stuff like that. I think I'd enjoy that personally, but again, you have to... There's a lot of combat update things they've got to do before they think about customization. There's a lot of fun, customizable choices that I'd like to see in Minecraft. Your ideas are stupid, says Krieg of Eva. Yeah, that's the cool thing about Minecraft, I think. Everyone has a trillion ideas as to how to improve it. But, like, almost every person's ideas suck. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm immune from that. I try to think out my ideas a lot better, but I don't think that I'm never going to claim that, like, I have the perfect ideas. It's everyone else who's missing these things. And, okay, let's go. And so the thing about it that I think is interesting is that Minecraft vanilla, like, the reason it takes so long to make an update is kind of like working out what should go in an update is like a very big task. And again, the bigger Mojang gets, the harder it is for them to work out, like, should a feature be in an update or not. Like, I think about that all the time, like, who decides and why? And, you know, the answer we always seem to get is, like, it's kind of a collaborative process. And, like, everyone can, like, collectively say, that's a great idea, that's a terrible idea. And so when you have that many people working on something, you know, I think it's interesting. So, yeah, we're going to grab a bunch of coal. Oh, God! We're not going to grab a bunch of coal. See, you know, that's why you don't dig straight down. Bad things will happen to you eventually. It's just a matter of time. We're not going to grab lapis because, again, lapis, same amount of lapis whether you mine it now or later. Not even worth thinking about. Yeah, it turns out would have died there. Oopsie. Excited for the Wandering Trader update, says ePotato. You know, let's level chat. I want to do like a little community poll right now. Are you excited for 1.17? Yes or no? Obviously, there's a sampling bias. Like, obviously, you're people who are watching a live stream that has a 1.17 somewhere in the title. Are you excited for the Caves and Cliffs update part 1? Yes or no? Why did I read chat at that moment? That was a bad time to read chat. That was not smart of me to do. Well, you know, we learned a lesson from that, huh? Kind of. No, yes. No, I'm more excited for 1.18. I even saw someone, I saw someone suggest recently, like, oh yeah, we should just, you know, I'm not even going to play 1.17, I'm just going to wait till 1.18. And I found that to be like, well, you could just ignore the new 1. Like, at the very minimum, mining some copper will make the world 5% more interesting. You know, if you're the most cynical person, mining gets 5% more interesting after this update, and nothing else. Obviously, there's also the amethyst geodes. I think even though I made a video talking about everything we know is in 1.17 so far, it might be fun to talk about the other side of things, like with the kind of like, okay, so what are the good things? What are the things that are like objectively hype? Might be doing that soon. Hello there, mate. This us bloody weird, says Holistic Actor 58. Thank you for saying this is bloody weird. This is indeed bloody weird. Or is it weird bloody? Bloody hell, it's weird. So yeah, we're grabbing a bunch of coal just so we can make torches, by the way. I think I have too much by now. Yeah, I want to find iron, though. I'm looking mostly for iron. The more iron I get, the happier I get. Honestly, it might be better, rather than looking through old caves, because it's fun, but it's not that useful. Like, finish torching them up, and all their little weird branches. See, it's weird, I've never been down this section of cave, even though I came here years ago. Isn't there something spooky about that? Isn't there just something objectively kind of weird about a cave that is all that time old? And yeah, we're gonna... Oh, look at this. See, another little branch. Oh, I've been down this branch. I just didn't grab one iron. It's funny, there's so many single blocks of iron around here that I clearly started mining and then went, I don't need the iron that bad. You know, there's the different phases of how much I care about iron. And again, at the time, probably not the greatest of decisions to do so. But looking back on it, leaving all of that, like again, looking back, leaving all this iron in my world was such a smart decision. And that's the one-way process thing. Like, having iron ore is objectively better than having iron ingots, just in case something like this happens. It's the same reason why I would say if you don't 100% know you're going to use it, keep your ancient debris as ancient debris, or as netherite scrap, you know? Because Minecraft will update and they'll give some of these weirder items a use. Whereas, you know, like the uses for netherite are already clearly defined. The uses for iron ingots are already very clearly defined. Like there's gonna be more of them in the future, I have no doubt. I don't think there's any new iron ingot recipes in 1.17. There's raw iron ingot recipes though, or recipes singular though. So you can make beans. Who doesn't love beans? Beans, they're good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. That's a funny phrase we learned in school. You know, chat, have you ever heard that one before just now? I want to know if it's like a more common experience, or if it was just me. I'm gonna make a little staircase here, by the way. And there we go. Down another little dark hallway section. I want to say there's also one like beans, the mystical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. You know, I don't know why there's like so many rhymes about beans making you have gas. Like, why does it have to be that way? Why do we need rhymes? Because I've heard that actually, like, again, I don't eat vegetables. Vegetables are just they're just a thing made up by the government to keep you from eating all the tasty things, like 2-foot pizza slices. But the funny thing about can't see here, but I don't know most things, so I guess it's nothing new. It could be a very more British thing because we are you waiting for 1.17? I am waiting for 1.17. Aren't we all emotionally waiting for 1.17? If you think about it, right? If you really think about it, we're all emotionally preparing for 1.17. No, I get really excited for Minecraft updates, like irrationally so. I like more Minecraft content. Sue me. Like, don't, but I like more Minecraft content. And who am I to be mad at more opportunity? You know, there's so many like fun ideas, and it's cool. It's a fun time to be in the Minecraft world. To like see these ideas kind of come to life all at once. Okay, now we just gotta fly out of here. Okay, flying too high upwards is really hard, so we have to like... Damn it, it's not working. Also, thank you so much, My Name Aqua. Do you still upload Minecraft Dungeons? I really enjoy it. Honestly, I don't mind Minecraft Dungeons as a game. But I like, as best I can tell, most people are like kind of done with it on a YouTube sense. Like, I know they're releasing new stuff, and the stuff is getting better and better. Like, the game is really finding its feet, I think, finally, all these years later. All these years? Yeah, it's literally been years now, right? Or, like, months. It's been a year, I think, soon. Hey, Brooke Granberg, thank you for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the Support Cat Club. I'm doing something, you know, I have something I like to mention, because I realized if you become a member now, you might not know it's a thing. But I made a video, like, I spent some absurd amount of money, £28, buying Iron Brew, and I filled my bathtub with the Iron Brew, and I bathed in the Iron Brew. And if you want to watch that video, you can if you're a member. I never really made a big deal of it, because I didn't want to, like, advertise it too much. But if you are Brooke Granberg, I'd like to let you know, if you want to find that video, you just have to go to the community tab on YouTube and be a member, and then you can find it. It's a very... I think, again, I'm very glad that only a few people can find that video. Wait, where's that video? It says Puka. Go to the community tab on YouTube. If you're a member, you'll see it. It might be quite low down now, but you should see it as a member-only post. That is the reason why I'm a member, says Logan555YT. Exactly, that is high. I got reminded of that on Twitter today, and I wanted to throw it out to the world. That, did you know it's a thing that exists? Maybe you didn't know it's a thing that exists. Now you know it's a thing that exists, huh? But yeah, so Kat, have you ever played Minecraft Dungeons? Oh, I liked Minecraft Dungeons a lot, and then they dropped the ball on making new content, and then I got bored of Minecraft Dungeons. Like, it doesn't have the infinite replayability of Minecraft, which honestly is one of those big problems. But yeah, basically, you can become a member, and you can watch me bathe in a British soda called Iron Brew. It's actually Scottish, which is a form of British, but we don't dive into that right now, because we have enough people that disagree with the words I say before we get controversial with them. So let's throw all of the stone in here. Man, I got a lot of weird garbage with me today. I did a surprisingly bad job of getting iron. Like, all of this stream so far. Oh no, we've got like a full 100 iron now. Hey, Rusty Raiden, thank you for becoming a channel member. Hope you enjoy seeing me bathe, including, as we all know, access to everyone's favorite. You know, and also thank you for becoming a support cat. We are actually removing the cheap cat tier soon. Just a warning. So that we can actually, like, because of YouTube fees and all that stuff, it just doesn't make sense to have as a tier anymore. And so, yeah, I'm gonna do member goals based on the main thing. And yeah, just kind of excited. Just want to give some pre-warning about that before it actually happens. The 1.17 update is releasing on June the 6th. Is that true now? Don't tell me that's true. That causes me some serious problems. You know, that could... I bet, you know, let's see if Minecraft announced that real quick. In the meantime, do you want to look at my lovely chest filled of ores? You can look at my lovely chest filled of ores. Minecraft. Let's see if they've announced it. Oh, okay. Nope, June 15th. Okay, everyone's just saying stuff. Okay. Damn it, I read a comment in chat and I trusted it again. This is a funny thing about trust on the internet, right? Is you can trust someone as much as you can, like, verify their... You know, there's like a key part of trust is, like, having some consequence. Like, when there is some downside to lying, people don't lie. It has to be a very small downside, it can be social. But when there is no downside to lying, some people will just lie for fun. And, like, when there's upside to it, you know, it's... And so one of the problems is on the internet. Like, how do you discourage lying? It's very hard sometimes. In Russia, cheap cat's less than $1. It's insane. Yeah, I've heard about so many people being like, yeah, in my territory it costs this amount. And it's like, at that point, once you take away the YouTube fees, the currency conversions, and then the tax, it's like, it's not even really a membership, right? It's just having access to all the benefits. And so I figured, you know what? You know, we can... Also, thank you, Regular Dwarf, for becoming a member. I hope... has everyone started becoming a member because they heard about the Toy Cat Babes and Iron Brew video? If so, wow, what a great promotional opportunity, am I right? No, it's a video I don't recommend necessarily, but you can check it out. I know people lie about every little thing and don't understand why people see the need to do that. I think it's like, okay, so some people are compulsive liars, right? I feel like I spent a lot of time in my life around people who lie, and a lot of it genuinely comes down to like, I think, okay, so like, I'd say there's two reasons to lie, right? There's the one that everyone can understand is like lying for personal gain. If I say to you right now, hey, if you give me $1,000, I will give you $10,000 back. If I'm lying about that, you can understand why I'm lying. I'm lying because I want your money. I'm tricking you. Also, thank you so much for the 4th member of the day. Thank you, Oxymoron, for becoming a member. Welcome to the Cat Club. So, Cat, your face cam doesn't look like it's being filmed in a basement for once, lol, says he, low. I think it's the natural lighting I have here. It's definitely like a... I'm about to move into a new house. Oh, if you want a house update, the house, I've been going through some crazy stress emails back and forth, and it's been crazy, but it looks like we're exchanging contracts soon. Which, if you know UK property, that's like, it's getting serious now. We're about to declare our relationship to the world as house seller and house buyer. It's funny though, at this point, can I say something crazy about UK property law? At this point, I've spent about, I don't know, just under £2,000 to be able to buy the property, right? So I had to search the property, you know, make sure it was like in good enough shape to buy. I had to then like, you know, pay to get a mortgage arranged, etc., etc. None of that is refundable, and there's no like legal until a week from now. They're not legally bound to sell me the house. They can just be like, oh yeah, sorry, we decided we would like to keep the house. Or they can, the one that's even worse than that. This is the craziness of UK property law. They can, even if they really want to, if they think they have the screws on me, you know, they can be like, we've decided it's worth an extra £10,000, and unless you pay, or, you know, even just like a smaller amount, unless you pay us the money, we're just gonna not. And that happens, like, not all the time, but like enough to be a real thing, right? So yeah, I'm excited to move in. I'm not going to be living in the UK when the house is finished, but in a week it'll be like official, and I'll have like a move-in date arranged. Obviously, I won't actually have a move-in date arranged, but I'll have a date where they'll give me the keys. It's exciting. It's exciting. Again, they won't give me the keys because I'm not in the country. I will theoretically have access to a house at some point in the next month, and that's exciting, right? First 1.17 pre-releases tomorrow, not 1.17 itself, says Puka. Yeah, a lot of people are confused by the pre-release process, and I sometimes wonder why, but I guess it's like, not everyone follows updates as closely as we do here, and etc, etc, etc. Wait, in the US, says Higgle Bluff? No, the house is in the UK. I have a house left me from a win in the UK, but selling seems like such a hassle, I keep putting it off, says Penny Hepburn Hodgson. First of all, that's kind of cool that you had a UK relative that left you a house. Like, it obviously sucks that they're now dead, assuming you cared about them. But second of all, there are services you can probably find that will like deal with it all for you if you just give them the keys and a little bit of extra money. I tend to find that when it comes to like expensive things, there's always a service for you if you don't want to deal with the hassle. I almost feel like they put hassle in there deliberately so they can sell you the service of getting rid of the hassle, which is fun. I like that. Who doesn't enjoy unnecessary hassle? I know I don't not enjoy unnecessary. Just Airbnb the property out if you don't want to sell, says Seth Evans. Yeah, that's what people always recommend, right? There is, I don't want to dive into specifics too much right now, because I'm sure, you know, talking about property is like something that's kind of interesting to me. But if you want to know the real specifics on that, I have to sell a house, regardless. You know, there's a whole thing. But yeah, if you have a spare property, Airbnb is like the smart way to make money right now on it. That's why so many people are upset about it. You can tell how good something is by how many people are upset by the thing. Like, you know, no one ever gets upset about the fact that you can also, don't you have a triangular hallway or something like that? Oh yeah, I do have a triangular hallway. I'll share it with you. I'll give you a house tour when I've like semi-moved in, maybe. I think you'll like it. It's such a bizarre house, and I feel like that's what I like in a place, you know? I want something that's weird. In the same way, I want to make my pickaxe slightly longer, just so it's differentiated. You know, I want to... There's a lot of dumb things that I do, because they're weird, and this is one of those. Guess who's moving in, says Stealth. I mean, I've got a spare room just for you. It's going to be exciting. Also, good to see you, man. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing good, all the way on the West Coast. West Coast. It blows my mind. Like, I was looking into flights to Alaska today. Like, I really want to go to Alaska at some point. If I'm in America anyway, why not? Oh, look, we found diamonds. But again, we don't need diamonds. After this update, you get 1 diamond. Before the update, you'll get 1 diamond. There's no point mining diamonds, but there is point finding iron. So we can go specifically look for those. One of the crazy things to me is like how far the east and west coast of America are from each other. Like, it really drives home just how huge this country is when you fly from one side to the other. Sometimes, because like even Seattle and like New York are they're like parallel to each other. It's just east to west, and it still takes so long. It was going to be a 6-hour flight, I think, from New York to Seattle, because there was like, to get to Alaska, you have to connect in Seattle always. There's not many direct flights to Alaska. I don't know why there's not many direct flights to Alaska, but we'll dive into it another time. Weird houses are my dream. Secret hallways and stairs and tons of cubby holes. Yeah, I would love to have a secret room. It's very illegal, I'm pretty sure, but I would love it anyway. Also, thank you. How popular is egg in a hole / basket in the UK? It's a family dish for me, and they told me it originated from there. Are you thinking of toad in the hole? So there's a dish. It's delicious. It's one of my favorite things. You take sausage and you encase it in batter, like same as like Yorkshire pudding batter. Not actually quite. No offense, but why would you pay £5 a month? Says Jean-Pierre Joseph Kerhack, a member who is no doubt paying to be a thing. New Toycat stream title: Toycat ignores diamonds for 2 hours straight. You know, something about ignoring diamonds gets people going in just the wrong ways. I think that oh god, there's a ravine here. I love how lit up this ravine is. It's beautiful. I bet I left some iron lying around here though. I bet there's some. I don't know where it is, but I bet it exists. Oh, I never got rid of the slime balls from earlier, so I guess we might as well. Take full advantage of this. Run through here, slam down all the slime cubes. Just get all of the looting in the world. And then switch out to the shovel, so we can heal that up too. Yeah, that was fun. I rarely get slime balls. The way I mostly just do it is I kill slimes when I see them down here. I think one of the few like farms I would like to set up is a slime farm. Because slime block, I bet I could do something real nice with slime block. Also, Toad in the Hole is amazing, says Ice Maiden. If I ever do real cooking with Toycat, like cooking a real meal that a normal human being would like to eat, are those quartz blocks? What are they doing here? Why do I have quartz blocks over there? Anyway, yeah, Toad in the Hole is one of my favorite things, and it's so simple. It's just sausage and batter. That's the great thing about British food. It's all so simple. Like, you want to make beans on toast? There's 2 ingredients, beans and toast. Sometimes people butter the toast. I don't butter the toast. You know what annoys me? People who butter things unnecessarily. Like, butter is fine. We don't, like, it's okay. I'm glad it exists. We don't have to put it on everything though, guys. Beans, on the other hand. Ooh, beans path. Should we go back to the beans golem? We should go back to the beans golem. Gonna check out this new Minecraft Dungeons DLC. Oh, I hope you let me know how it is, man. I kind of want to check it out, but I just don't have like the mental motivation to like play Minecraft Dungeons again after like so much. Like I fell off the horse and it's hard to get back. Like you feel like it's like this huge hurdle to get back on it. The great thing about Minecraft is no matter how long you stop playing it for, when you get back into it, you're like ready to go, you know? Like some things will have changed and you can look into those if you really want to. But ultimately it's the same fundamental concept. Beans on toast is nice too, says Megan Palmer. I don't love beans on toast. It's like it's deliberately terrible food is how I would describe it. Like it exists. That is my beans on toast review. It exists. That is my high quality, well put together thoughts on the matter. I don't know. Sometimes we assume things have to have like a big complexity to them to be great, and like We do love complexity, but sometimes we don't need it, you know? Sometimes we can just admit it's fine. Toycat, you should throw 64 diamonds into lava. That's a good idea. I see literally zero wrong with that idea right there. And so I'm going to do precisely that. Thank you for bringing it up as a suggestion. Egg in a hole is bread with a hole cut up. You crack an egg into it and cook it. Turn the hole sounds delicious though. Congrats on the new house. Hey, thank you, QT314. It has been the most stressful process. Like, the end, I'm looking forward to the part where I can enjoy the end of, you know, the fruit of the labor, right? The thing that makes all the stress worthwhile. It's coming soon. Also, egg in the hole, so I've seen, what I have seen is I've seen like pork pies with like an egg cooked into the middle. That's like a family thing that I see at events. I've never heard of egg in the hole. I'll give it a try. And you should try toad in the hole. It's delicious. When is the pre-release coming out for Java? Tomorrow. The first 1.17 pre-release is tomorrow. It's soon. It's real soon. It's exciting. See, it's interesting. Like, this tiny thing changed. Like, I took off my shirt I didn't like that belonged to someone else that for some reason was in my luggage, and I switched into my Merry Wolfmas shirt. By the way, great shirt, right? And now everything feels a little bit better. It's, sometimes it's the small things that make a big difference. And if that's true, then 1.17 should be darn exciting. No, I really do think there is a big, there's a funny thing in that we like, big stuff gets people excited, but I think it's the small stuff that makes a difference in your life sometimes. It's not what you want to believe, because, you know, again, it implies we're all very simple creatures being held by next to nothing. But yeah, it's the thing. You should throw a netherite ingot at a cactus. I would love to throw a netherite ingot at a cactus. No, I am really worried. I have a ton of... Okay, so can I admit something? I was so sure. So I booked all of my America stuff in like April maybe, and I was so sure the Caves and Cliffs update would be delayed till at least August. They said summer 2021, but never before has Mojang said summer and meant June 1st, or winter and meant November 1st. Is November winter? No, December 1st. You know, when they say something, they mean like the latest possible version of that day. Because, you know, that's what game developers fall prey to all the time. I'm not going to blame Mojang for it. But a version of it that the version of it that I was expecting was like, I thought Caves and Cliffs would be delayed. You could see the writing on the wall. Also, you know, every other update they've released in a while was delayed by a little bit. But then when they split it into two, now I booked so much travel for June, thinking I don't need to be there. You know, it's fine. But I booked all this travel for June. I'm going to Alabama. I'm going to Austin, Texas next week. A week from now, I don't know, soon. I booked all this travel because, you know, I'm vaccinated fully. I can do whatever I want. I'm free. But then there's a Minecraft update coming out that I am not going to be prepared for. It's a big tragedy. I don't know how to deal with it. Actually, let's just put one stack away in here. Let's go put away my slime balls and stuff. It's kind of cluttering up the inventory. Oh, I have to. Okay, there we go. So go to Oregon. No offense, Toycat. Why would you go to Alabama? Oh, my whole reason of everyone I've spoken to has said basically the same thing. Like, you're going to Alabama, and like, I want to see all the American states, even the ones people hate. I'm sure they're a great. I want to leave the state and be like, wow, it sure was so great. The thing y'all don't understand about Alabama is they have the greatest rock and roll music. Probably. I made that up. Also, am I crazy? Do you hear that? Oh god, 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 oh god. I heard pig step. I think I think I'm having like auditory hallucinations or something. It's only pig step, but I'm hearing pig step all the time when I'm not. It's the one thing about these streams that I feel like is making me like I don't know. I think I hate to admit it, but I sometimes, like, one of the biggest fears is your senses betraying you to me. Like, can I show you, actually? This is gross. Let me show you. I don't know if you, okay, look at this internet. I have a piece of plastic in my eye. I can move it around or something to show you. Is that grossed anyone out? If so, I've done my job. But I have a piece of plastic in my eye that allows me to see. If I take it out, I'm blind. I literally can't see anything. I know some people like really like get real antsy about people touching their eyeballs, right? But like if you can't trust your senses, what can you trust? You know, that's like one of my real, very real fears. Megan Palmer, why do we need to know this? That's a contact lens. I mean, if you just say contact lens, everyone understands it. Again, it's like if you reduce it to what it really is. If you explain society from scratch, it gets a lot more confusing than if you explain it with the preconceptions already put in there. But chat's in the way. I cannot see. I'm sorry. You just have to trust that I do. Like, so it's so like being deaf to me or like having bad hearing is like genuinely terrifying. Like, what if that is correct? Also, I think the slime ball's in here. Like, if you can't trust the things that your ears are telling you and your eyes are telling you, what can you trust? Have y'all ever been to Kentucky? I'm from there, and if you haven't been, I recommend going to Churchill for the Derby. So fun, says. I'm sorry. You know, I can't resist doing my Southern American accent. I enjoy it too much. Time is an illusion, however, Toycat is yes. Exactly. Time is an illusion. The only universal truth is that there is a Toycat, and he is sometimes yes. So, yeah, we've now got a fully empty box, mostly. Again, I just have so much clutter. I'm just picking up, and like it's such a nightmare to get rid of. So gravel goes in here, and flint goes in. Where'd I put all the flint, by the way? Okay, here goes the flint. That's a lot of flint, by the way. that is too much flint, some people would say. So now let's go mining again. Oops, shouldn't have done that. Let's put that back. Pretend that didn't happen. And let's go. So, do we sound like that? Says, zero is nothing. Yeah, the thing you gotta understand is that people only understand one Southern American accent. It loosely correlates with the area that represents modern-day Georgia. But the truth is that there are many varieties of accents found across the southeastern United States. Oh, the internet actually is having issues here. I'm sorry. You know, I can't believe I made that mistake. I gaslit you, chat, when I said there was no internet issues on my end. I have, can I, if you know internet, I feel bad bragging about things. I don't, like, oh, you know, let's be honest, I feel good bragging about things. But I don't want to do it, because that's why. Sometimes you shouldn't do things that feel good, is the opposite of good advice. And so, my internet here is, if you know internet, it's 300 megabits up, 300 megabits down. And that 300 megabits down is, like, average, I'd say, if you live in a modern city. But 300 megabits up, oh, that is a glory right there. I genuinely cannot believe the speed of the upload here. How much flint do you have? Get a Fletcher villager farm. Oh yeah, that might be a good way to convert it to emeralds. I'd rather convert. Like, the thing is, flint I genuinely think will have a use at some point, because there's the fletching table still doesn't have a use. And it might involve flint, you know? You never know. Why are there drowns down there? Chat, do you know why I have drowns in my caves? Is there like a water... Oh, maybe you came from there? What a weird cave this is. Yeah, I have so many drowns. Where did you all come from? Okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna leave you be. It's better they're spawning down here than up there, I think. And let's get back to our little tunnel. I want to enjoy my tunnel. But I keep getting distracted from it. Mining's hard when you're not doing things. A block of flint. Yeah, a block of flint is something I think is a great thing that's coming. Flint and steels, I craft a lot of those in my day. I'm not gonna lie, Boston sounds different. It says zero's nothing. Hey, I'm from Boston. I think that Dunkin' Donuts has the best coffee. I don't know why it always goes back to a southern accent, but I'm actually from Boston. I swear I'm from Boston. I'm messing up Boston now. I'm sorry. That's my best Boston accent. Just watch the viewers flock away from the stream like, well, this is only going downhill from here. When Toycat gets to the accent phase of the stream, we only make a downhill progress. So how are you doing today, chat? Are you having a good day? Let's have some honest conversation about it. It's rare you get this on the internet. I'm going to try my best to have some honest conversation. How are you doing? You having a good day? It's more of Baston. That's definitely not Baston. Baston? Hi, I'm from Baston. Over in Baston, we have a little bit of a problem when it comes to, Did you find an editor yet? Says not Diego. I didn't. If you know how to edit, send me an email. Oh, actually, I haven't checked my emails. Maybe I did find an editor and I just don't know it yet. I'm doing yes, says Mario 2003. I'm glad you're doing so well. Amazing day. Maybe working on a Toycat fan art. Oh, awesome. Duncan Moore says my day is average, which is better than it's been. Yeah, I think it's all about the trajectory, right? Making sure the trajectory for your days is going up and up and up. As long as the days are getting better, that's all that matters. You don't need to worry about too much else. Hey, thank you, Dasha. Please do a Russian who's never seen an American before and is very surprised. Oh no, oh no. Okay, I'll do my best here. Da ist very good. Da, what is this? This very... I can't do it. I'm sorry. My favorite thing in Possible is hearing people say rough instead of rough. Rough. I wait. Oh, there's a rough over there. Oh, the wackiest one to me is how Americans... I don't know where in America people say this. The way Americans say wolf, they say woof. They're like, oh yeah, there's a big woof over there. Like, oh, there's a big scary woof. And it's so cute to me because, you know, dogs and wolves are basically the same thing. They're like, oh, it's a little woofers. That's German. I'm sorry, I did my best. Also, yeah, I'm glad you're doing... I'm glad those of you that are doing well. If you're having a bad day, again, it's all about trying to get the trajectory going upwards. I hope that your trajectories have an upwards incline in the near future. We say wolf, thank you very much. I'm not sure where about in the country say wolf. Like, it's like squirrel. It's like squirrel in America. Like the E just goes missing. It's like we don't believe in E's here, thank you very much. And I don't know why I find that so amusing, but I really do. It's just squirrel. What's going on, squirrel? I'm saying this in like such a British accent. I'm saying the way Americans say squirrel, but in a British accent. It's terrible. Are you using a controller, says Eric Coltrane. I am in fact using a controller. I hope that doesn't bother you. I want to do... Okay, so this is my controller, by the way. I actually really like it. It's an Elite controller. Everything just comes off, which seems like a bad thing, but I love it. Like, even the D-pad just comes right off. You want no D-pad? You got no D-pad. You want a fun little... You want a fun D-pad that looks like this? You got a fun D-pad. It has little paddles on the back, too, so I can jump. Wait, let me show you. I can jump by pressing the paddle, or I can drop something. I know it's very useless for Minecraft. Like, it's definitely like meant for pro gaming. I might use it for Skywars or something, like keybuying the bank balance or something new. Why do you need a new editor? Says Jar Jar P Fail. One of my editors I think has died. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna let. Okay, you know what? It hurts me a little bit. One of my editors has ghosted me, and I don't want to believe it's ghosting. I want to believe he's coming back, and that he's just he's just in the hospital and he hasn't been. You know, okay. This is my controversial take. I said this to. I had a friend who recently had. I'm sure there was great reasons behind it. But recently I had a friend, and they had an online boyfriend, right? A long-distance relationship. And so their boyfriend didn't have internet for 6 months. And so he didn't talk to her for 6 months. And, like, I have this controversial take. This is, like, too high standards, or maybe I'm ridiculous. But, like, after, like, a few days, let's even say weeks and be generous. If someone hasn't contacted you at that point, it's not because they physically have zero means. It's because they're, like, not that invested in doing so, right? Can we all agree on that? And so, yeah, I don't know. My editor is either dead, or is so in a coma or something, or he just didn't want to edit anymore, and he was just, like, he didn't want to, like, say it, and so he just stopped responding to my messages. I can't tell you which of those it is. I waited weeks thinking, oh, yeah, he's just been busy. He's working on a big project. One of the biggest projects I've worked on this entire year. He's just been working on it. Well, I mean, he's not been working on it. But yeah, he's vanished, and I want to believe. I want to believe he was coming back for so long. Again, I'm deliberately not taking away the thing, but at this point, like after a certain amount of time passes, absolutely, there's always a way if you want to. Maybe his computer broke. But, right, it's not like there are 0 ways to access a computer for 3 months at a time if you really need to do something. Like, there's a funny thing, I find this to be such a... This comes up so often in the world, and it almost feels heartless to say. But when you really, really, really want to do certain things, like, there are some things where people are like, oh yeah, there's literally no way. It's like, well, there are very few things that are impossible if you really, really want to do them. Even like, you know, I don't know. There's so many different, but like if you don't have a computer, you might be like, oh, no way to message someone for months. And it's like, well, ignoring that people have friends. You know, let's say he's a loner who has 0 friends. Let's pretend his parents don't have computers. Let's pretend all those sorts of things are true. Even then, it's like internet cafes exist. They're weird. It's like a relic. Go to the library. Yeah, the library and internet cafe. It's like it's a great excuse. Like okay. This is now going like controversial mode. I'm sorry if this is offending someone, hitting too close to home or whatever. But I genuinely do believe that all the time, you know, when someone says, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't come, I'm sick," like, which is actually, you know, a bad example because pandemic. When someone says, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry, you know, I'm busy that day." You know, what that means is I could probably make it work, but it would be kind of stressful to me to do so, and so I'm not going to. But we prefer the lie of, oh, they're busy. Yeah, but they literally cannot do it. Because if someone actually says, oh yeah, I'm putting this other thing in preference to you, it hurts, you know? It's painful. It's not a nice thing to hear. And so the same thing is true for like, sorry, can't contact you. Literally don't have the internet. It's like, well, I mean, it's kind of just using a social hack. Like, we have all sorts of ways to just ignore people if we want to. Do you know, I was ghosted by an ex once. I almost wouldn't believe it was a real thing if it hadn't happened to me, which is probably says something about how I reason. I want to welcome that. But like, it was like a weird thing because I was in denial for so long. I feel like I've spoken to people who have been ghosted since, and it's kind of the same thing where it's like, no one believes that like, oh yeah, this person's just never going to contact me again. It's like, they just didn't get the message. It's been a day. Because like, how long after you send a message to someone, do you send another message to them being like, hey, you didn't respond to that first message? The answer is like, basically never. And so, we have a full inventory. We're not getting much iron doing this, right? I thought we'd get a ton of iron, but it has not been successful as of yet. So we'll fill this up with the stone, and then we'll just keep on mining. I would offer to edit you, but I'd have the same editing style as your visitors. I'd feel out of place. Oh, there's no editing style on the channel. If you're good at what you do, send an application. If you think it fits the Toycat style, like I'm always trying to improve the quality, not keep it exactly flat, you know? Like, it's honestly, that's probably one of my big flaws, is that I don't care about consistency in editing. I just want to make a video look pretty, so that you'll enjoy watching. Iron Farm, not looking so bad now, says Seth Evans. Now, I mined only 100 iron today, but by the time I use Fortune, that's like 300 iron. Hey Toycat, can you start talking about carts and Dart update? Faster minecarts, you seem to get things done, and yes. So what would the Dart part of it be? I guess it could be like, I genuinely think, rather than having tipped arrows, there should be darts in Minecraft. Like, it's the same thing as the tipped arrows, but you just throw them directly. Because right now, bows are a mess, and like, tipped arrows aren't that useful. Only strays use them, no real human beings use them. There's always stone that ends up down here. It's a big problem. So, yeah, I would be down for a cart and dart update. You know, I'm on board with it. Sure, let's do it. I think abandoned mine shafts need an update as well. So the cart part could include that. I want to do it. I'm training very hard to be an editor. Send me an email, samples, your rates per video, etc, etc, etc. That's all I want. Just a price per video, and a bit something that proves that you can do stuff. I was ghosted by someone, then later saw them on my GF, and the ghoster was awkwardly super nice and hugged me. That's fun, right? That's like proof that I think that to them the ghosting is a one-time thing. It's just not responding, just gone, like moving you away from their life without ever doing it reciprocally. Whereas like it can get you on a big level. I know it's that kind of proof that we think about others and their thoughts of us much more than they think about their thoughts of us. Like to every other single person that's alive, you are just one of the 7 billion people in the world. Or maybe one of the 100 people in their life. Hey, Minecraft, but the Minecraft is Minecraft. I know I always yip this, but I find it very toy-catty. You know, soon Minecraft, but the Minecraft is Minecraft will come back. Don't you worry. It'll be a great day for the streams. And also, thank you very much for the tip. I do appreciate it in these confusing times. The one thing that's certain is that Toycat indeed enjoys money. I ghost people sometimes. I'm ashamed of it. I get very overwhelmed with people. Yeah, honestly, I think it's like a politeness thing, right? You don't know a polite way to deal with something, so you just don't. But like, it's better to deal with something impolitely than to not deal with something sometimes. That's something I try to do more of. It's like, on the internet it's a bad look, but like, just like, hey, I'm gonna deal with you, even though it looks very rude, because it's important that we show this off. Hey, we found some more iron. See, I think shoveling for iron is actually a smart move. Also, it's like the never thing. Also, thank you, getting ready for the fitness night, my boyfriend. I'm gonna break it off with him. I want to do it in the best way possible. Advice. Oh no way. Okay, I'm gonna assume this is real. You've left many tips. They've all been genuine. I recognize your name. You've been around for a while, so this is a real thing. This isn't a weird trap or whatever. If you need to break up with your boyfriend, QT314, like avoid stereotypes or whatever, and just be like, hey, I depending on like if he's like super into you, I wouldn't even say this, but if it's clear the feeling's mutual, just be like, hey, I'm suggesting this. Be ready for the sadness that's gonna come on both sides when like you both realize that it's true. If you think that like he's still super, if you said nothing, he would be over the moon anyway. Don't do the whole like let's be friends thing. Just be like, hey, I'd like to not see you again after this, if that's fine. I'm done with this. You know, if you can make it over dramatic, but just like share your actual feelings in a way that isn't too inflammatory. I mean, I've said it pretty inflammatorily. That's what I think is the best advice. It's like share your feelings in the most non-inflammatory way. I've always been like maybe a couple of years ago, I had like too many relationship talks in the space of a year. Don't ask why or how. And I remember every single time before I was with them, I was so scared that like I was genuine and I told someone once like, hey, I'm like I mentioned like, hey, yeah, this blah blah blah. I said something that made me sound awful, but I was like, that's what it really is. It's okay if you don't wanna blah 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 anymore. And they're like, well, I appreciate the honesty. And I think like maybe it's not the same when you do it in reverse, but that's my advice. Also, hey Toycat, this is my first ever donation. That's a lie. I'm Philop. I saw your previous tip. You tipped $2.99 Australian, and now you're doing it again. It's not really your first one, you liar. Oh, we found some more diamonds. So again, diamonds are great, but you actually don't need diamonds anymore. They are worthless, so worthless in fact, that I will mine them and throw. I'm not going to even do that. It's not even worth mining them and throwing into lava. So we'll just leave those diamonds be. We'll put a little marker here just so we know to come back from if we want to. But like, here's the thing, chat. Iron ore, if you mine it now, you get 1 iron. You mine it after 1.17, 2 to 4. It's 2 to 400% more iron if you mine post 1.17. Diamonds are the same regardless of when you mine them. So what's even the point? The answer is there is no point. It's all a scam made up to sell you mine coins. And I'm disappointed that some of you are falling for it. Okay, so I think it's ironic my favorite YouTuber is Toycat when I think cats are evil creatures that pierce into your heart, rip apart your soul, and tear in... You know, I really do think cats are like, okay, here's a this isn't my thing, but I really like it. guys are dogs and women are cats. That is why we like pets so much. Dogs fulfill the guy role in our life, and cats fulfill the women role in our life. That's right. That's why you have the crazy cat lady and the super dubro, you know, like dog owners who are like, yeah, my dog's the best. Yeah, tell him Woofers. Tell him Rufus, the dog. Rufus is a dog's name now. Trust me about that one. I am a dog, says Michael. Exactly, you are a dog. Guys and women. Guys and women, exactly. The two genders. You're welcome, internet. Does that, I'm glad I didn't answer that one. So you're mining ore because right now you don't need Silk Touch to get the ore block. I'm mining ore with the Silk Touch block anyway. Wait, you're right. I should be using my other pickaxe just to show that I can. You know, thank you, Seven Tiger. Okay, chat, look at this. I'm gonna find some iron ore. See, mining redstone requires Silk Touch. If you find iron though, as we definitely shall do. Oh man, this is a lot of, it's a lot of work to find iron ore. Okay, so we're just gonna leave those stone blocks be. I would say I'm more of the cat. What about people who aren't men/women? I mean, there's lots of other pets out there, right? I'd like to clarify this is an inclusionary explanation because there are other animals. I was just saying that in the stereotypes of the world, men are dogs, you know, like the reliable, you know, like blah 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 blah, and women are cats. You know, they're cute. Like here's the thing, right? Even if you're a dog person, you'd admit like a cat doing a human thing is so cute in a way that a dog just isn't. Guys, no matter, you know, like no matter what you think, they're never cute. You know, they're never, you know, they're never like, you know, you get me? Cute is a thing reserved just for women. If you disagree with that, direct your complaints to society, not to me. And you know, like there's a little bit more like, I would say like distance and sometimes some craziness in there. You know, like some people would say there's some worseness going on there. But the actuality of it, guys are never cute. BTS would like to have a word. Nah, even then, you know, I have some bad news for you that I'm not going to share on the internet because I am so scared of K-pop people. I genuinely, like, I would like to believe that I can understand everyone in the world. I want to get K-pop, right? Because it's a group of people who really love a thing. And I love when people like things. This is, apparently that's the definition of a nerd. People who just like things and aren't afraid to admit it. I like people who like things. But, like, there are a group of people who love, you know, again, this specific genre of music, and they love it so much, they respond to entirely unrelated things with just random K-pop moments. So you'll be like, hey, so I just had my dog put down today. I'm feeling kind of sad. And they'll respond with, like, some, I don't know, K-Kim girls doing a fun dance. And you're like, the person just said his dog died today. Why are you doing this? And they're like, it's just a fun music soundtrack I wanted to share. Like, I hate people who are like aggressively sharing their. Okay, so look at this chat. If you mine iron right now with a Silk Touch pickaxe, you'll get iron. That's true for after 1.17. The thing that's different is you can mine iron without a Silk Touch pickaxe and still get the ore block, which won't be true after this update. Take advantage of this. My Twitter bio says Chantal X Lee. See, the reference comes full circle. Wow, do you wanna hear more great quotes about people that like things? Go to @ChantalXLee on Twitter, the #1 source for nerd-related queries. So, okay, are you gonna do anything with the villager in your basement? No. I'll let people do things with it when they download my world. That's my great idea. That's my genius idea. These are like TED Talks, says Mr. High 123. I feel like that's too much of an honor to be giving this. I feel like these are really more like stream of consciousness. Let's talk about some things. Sometimes those things are important. Sometimes those things are just men or women, dogs or cats. Wait. I meant what I said, okay? You can't make me take that away. I'm sticking to it. Also, I freed that villager to spite you, Twig Cat. See, you know what? That's the beautiful thing. That's the great thing about the marketplace. Okay, look at this, chat. I can even pull out my... Okay, no, I don't have a diamond pickaxe. Look at this. After the update, this won't be possible anymore. Now it is. Oh, isn't that glorious? That is glorious. Oh, look at this. I'm mining it, and I'm getting iron. It feels real good. Don't know about you guys, but it feels good to me. So I'm gonna pick up this now, and I'm gonna mine a little higher up. I'm gonna see if we can find more iron mining in the traditional heights. I think Y40, a little bit below Y40 so you can still get gold, is the perfect place to find some iron. We're gonna test that right now, mining at Y34. Which is gonna take this as far as it can logically go. It's gonna go through some water. Whoa, look at that, see? Right away, iron. Isn't that glorious? Also, thank you very much for the tip, 7 Tiger, and thank you very much for the tip, Dasher. Guys can be cute, just look in the mirror. See, that's so nice. Thank you for the nice, the fun words. But, I do think, it's definitely true, whether we agree to it or not as a society, that, like, the objective objects of, you know, the objects of attraction are almost always female, you know? Like, it's one of those, like, air quotes, gender inequality things. And you can argue that it actually stems from a whole bunch of bad things. But, like, we see women as the objects of attraction and all the other things that come along with it, for better or for worse. That is what we do as a society. If you don't like it, take it out with society, not with me. So, yeah, we should find more iron around here. And then I'll also have a fun little branch mine all the way up here, which will be nice. Corrupted obsidian is made out of 1 obsidian and 4 corrupted dragon fruits. That's a fun idea you have. You know, sometimes people like say their like favorite things as facts, and it's like, well, that's a fun idea. Also, thank you so much, Queen Royale Exquisite. You know what? You are, one of the cool things about Queen Royale Exquisite, she just shows up. She's like, here's $10. There's not even a message, which is interesting. And I appreciate you, Queen Royale. Thank you very much for the tip. I appreciate it. I stand ibxtoycat's feminism rants. I don't think that, like, that's not a feminist thing, right? Or even an anti. Like, it's just a noting that, like, pretty much everything in life comes down to, like, trade-offs, right? That's the very nature of our society that we have created as humans, like, is around trade-offs. The nature of the world, I would say this goes deeper than humans. This is the world. Is like, you know how some animals can fly. We as humans are worse than birds because we can't fly, right? I can't believe we suck so bad, and unlike birds have the inability to fly. But it's like, well, the reason we can't fly is because our brain and the rest of our muscular structures are so big that you physically can't put wings on us to support flight. You need jet engines for a human being to be able to fly. You know, you need, like, mechanical machinery. And that's because we traded off the ability to have these, like, the ability to fly innately for that. You know, fish can swim and they can breathe underwater. But, do you get what I'm saying? Tower up with dirt to the build limit, please, says Doug on a ship. No. Like, life is a big series of trade-offs. And although I would argue there are generally more favorable trade-offs to being a guy, right? Like, it'd be a lie to say that there's no... Every downside comes with a tiny upside, and this is the yin-yang principle, and every upside comes with a tiny downside. What is the best thing in the world that has no downside, chat? Let me ruin your hopes and dreams. What's something you dream of because it has literally no downside? Let me ruin it for me. Also, I'm too poor to donate, so have a high five, says Flags Happy Productions. If you're too poor to tip, don't ever feel bad about it. Just, you know, you showing up means a lot to me. Okay, so trade-off, you mean, right? Okay, happiness, says Duncan Wall. People who are happy, again, like, it's a stereotype. You can tell me if it's true. But, like, the best artists tend to be depressed. The best, most of the best, you know, like, if you look at the list of billionaires, wealthy people, that all stems from a place of miserableness, right? They're not perfectly satiated people. Eating a sandwich, no downsides. There's calories and also saturated fat that slowly kills you or whatever. I don't know if saturated fat's bad. I'm just telling. You can believe whatever you think is bad. There's no happiness without sadness. Exactly, Michael. It's the beautiful thing. As not myself, we are depressed when we make good things, says Mega Brainity Wolbrine. See, right, it's a thing, like, and there's an element of art to pretty much everything in life, I would say. Like, an element of, like, trying to work out how human beings' brains work. Warm shower, says Dasher. Warm shower, when the warm shower ends, you get really cold. I hate this so much. I've been working on a solution of this for so long. Cats, there are no downsides, says Jessica Forsyth. Cats, okay, I still have, I don't remember the last time I pet a cat. I'm covered in scratches because when I handle cats, I get like a little micro scratch or something. It's terrible. It's terrible. So cats, there are downsides. Being a cat, no downsides, says Olraf. Hey, it's good to see you, Olraf. I'm only ever like 99% sure you're the real one because it's very hard to be 100% sure. I see cats seem like they have zero downsides, literally none, right? But it's not true. There's a downside to cats. They first of all, so my girlfriend's allergic to cats, but ignoring that, right? So ignoring the potential, I'm allergic and it might kill me sort of thing. They make hair, so your whole apartment gets dirtier faster, right? Do you have a cat, Olraf? I feel like you might. Your whole apartment gets dirtier faster. You have to clean it more often. Cleaning sucks. No one's ever like, I love cleaning so much. You like clean things, you don't like cleaning. Second of all, there's also the thing of like every you're spending more money on the cat food, right? Ooh, look at that. The cat's gonna bring home like that cat's gonna kill a bird one day and bring it home to you, and you can't tell off the cat because like he wanted to do a nice thing. He went hunting for you. But also there's a dead bird, like Cookie, my old cat. She's still alive, by the way, unlike Coco. But Cookie's she still has like a hunting phase every now and then. I love cleaning, says KP. You don't love cleaning. Cats also have an affinity for vomiting. It's so true. Oh. Also, I didn't say cat. I said being toy cat. How did I misread that so bad? That's interesting. I'm gonna scroll up and I'm so sure I didn't misread that. I'm gonna see if I'm crazy. Oh wow, yeah, you're right. I don't know how I misread that so badly. But being toy cat has the downsides. Let me list all of them right now. Downside number 1, you get to do whatever you want all the time. It's terrible. Downside number 2, people show up to watch your live stream and then you don't do the thing in the title and someone gets confused. Downside, I'm making fun here. I mean, like, obviously, I would say, like, I don't ever want to, like, be dramatic. Like, sometimes I feel like a prisoner in my own brain. I'm like, I should be enjoying myself right now, and inexplicably I'm not. And that's like a weird feeling. I've never been able to, like, work out how common that is. Because, sometimes you tell people, they're like, yeah, that happens all the time. And sometimes it's like, I'll be doing something, I'm having a great time, and then I will stop feeling good. And it's like, but I'm still doing the fun thing. Also, I really enjoy talking to new people, but I can do it so infrequently. Like, if you said, oh yeah, you're gonna meet someone tonight, you're gonna go to a restaurant, you're gonna meet and you're gonna get lobster rolls or something tonight, I would spend all day dreading it, and I'd be like, I like finding new things out from people live, but also I hate, it's a big stress. I like these live streams because I kind of get that out. I'm talking to strangers about things. Like I'm finding one. When are you going to Burger King? Burger King, many downsides. Also, I'm going to start mining back the other way now. Just so we can... this is a terrible way to mine iron. It was very inefficient. But what matters is that we had a fun time, right? It's really about the iron. It's about the friend. It's not about the iron. It's about the friends we made along the way. And if you think about it, that's more precious than anything in life. Let's place a torch there and a torch there. There we go. Did they say an official release for 1.17 yet? They didn't. Someone tricked me in chat with one earlier, and I was like, whoa, did I miss that? I'm pretty on the pulse of these things. On the buzz? On the button? On the pulse? I have my finger on the pulse of these things. People say that. Okay, you know what, chat? I have an embarrassing admission to make. I can't measure my own pulse. Like, I literally can't feel it. Is it that? Is it that? I try my arm. Can't feel my own pulse. I don't know. I've tried. I learned in school, and I can feel other people's pulses. I can't feel my own pulse. Am I alive or am I a zombie? You know, like, I don't know for sure. But Toycat must be dead. I've been watching Santa Clarita Diet recently. And I can feel mine without looking for it. I took your share. See, that's crazy. Surviving a house fire, you survive and you sub to Toycat, no downsides. See, here's the thing, right? Having a house fire, I know 2 people. Hey, Damien Sturt, thank you for becoming a support cat. If you want to find Toycat bathing in Iron Brew, which is definitely a video you shouldn't want to find, go to the community tab and you can watch me bathing in the orange delicious liquid. One could say we're always feeling our own pulse. Oh, that's beautiful, man. So I know 2 people who have been involved in house fires. One of them's a moderator on this channel. I guess she hasn't been around recently, but and one of them is someone who's very close to me. I'm not gonna say who it is because they committed insurance fraud, I think. But so someone I know, their house burnt down. It was a very large house, and so all of their stuff, like everything they owned, lost. And you might be thinking, wow, that sucks. And honestly, not being subscribed to Toycat, think about all of that pain. Don't think about what I'm going to say next. But then they just lied about what they had in the house. And so they got a bunch of, like, because, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to check the rubble. And so they got to live in a hotel for 3 months while a new house was being built. I think they had to rebuild it. And then they had more stuff at the end than when they started. Again, that is insurance fraud. And I am not encouraging anyone to do that. But you can't commit insurance fraud. You can't commit insurance fraud if your house hasn't burnt down. I'm just saying, pro tip. I do actually, I have, like, as someone who's, like, really weird and, like, sometimes has dumb amounts, like, here's the thing, right? If you had £1,000 of cash in a house versus if you didn't, I'm just saying, how would anyone know? They wouldn't know. Anyway, what's the downside of sand? The downside of sand... Oh, wait, you want to see the downside of sand? Okay, wait. This joke's going to have a high payoff. Just wait for it. Just wait for this joke. You want to see the downside of sand, huh? Give me a second. Do not commit insurance fraud, kids. Oh gosh, Toycat. Longboy commits insurance fraud. One of the top sources of income in rural Nova Scotia is burning down your own house. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even have to be a house that you burn down. You can burn down a truck. I'm just saying, you can't commit insurance fraud if your house doesn't burn down. So if you want to get wealthy in rural Nova Scotia, or, you know, I wouldn't mind if you temporarily unsubscribe from the channel. Commit your very serious, like, it's like an incredibly big crime, by the way. Like, insurance fraud, like, just a pro tip, don't do it. But, oh god. Oh lord. Okay, well that's fine. You know, that's what I wanted anyway. What's the so let me show you the downside of sand, chat. Okay, are you ready for this? Are you ready to see the downside of sand? I'm gonna show you the downside of sand. It's gonna be good. You know, oh whoa, look at that. That was like an X-ray glitch. I could see through the wall temporarily. Oh, that's so weird. It's like every now and then you can just like spot everything. Oh god. Where is my ladder? I genuinely can't find it. I keep going past it, I think. Ah, it's like, it's indented or outdented. The downside of sand is just not sand. The downside of sand is that it's rough and coarse and gets everywhere. Thank you very much. I'm from rural Nova Scotia and know someone who did that, lol. You guys might be related. I mean, statistically, yes, right? Okay, so look at this. Do you want to see the downside of sand? I'm going to show it to you. You're not going to believe what you're about to see, chat. I warn you now that not everyone is prepared for the downside of sand. You might go insane from what you're about to see. Let's fly and then eat chorus flute while we're in the air. Oh, that was fun. I wasn't expecting that to happen that way. Okay, so the downside of sand that you're probably not aware of. Damn it, wait. Okay, the downside of sand that I don't know that you have heard of. it's a little known downside, but it looks something a little bit like this. That is the downside of sand. Thank you for the tip, Dazed and Confused, Sean, and thank you for the tip, Cancerous Attitude. The downside of not Minecraft is that it's not Minecraft. I'm sorry, internet. You deserve better than me, and still you decide to watch these streams anyway. I'm honored. I'm honored. We'll put one over here, and it can just be a feature of this part of the world. He's so proud of that joke. I mean, it's not much, but it's honest work. I mean, it's actually kind of the opposite. Let's not think about it. 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10 even. Thank you, chat. I'm glad you enjoy my low tier jokes. My absolute bottom tiers. I try my best. What is the downside to big salmon? Big salmon, I think, drops bones often, which is a problem if you don't want inventory clutter. There you go. Yay, I contributed to the survival world. Most people have to wait for the one a year event where we do some weird stuff based on tips. But you got me to make a joke and have the exact same effect. I always go all the way down this and then have to climb up again. It's a big problem. Oh, I didn't even empty my inventory. It's fine. We don't need to empty inventories. That's what lame nerds do. Cool kids just start mining. Is 1.17 happening on Java or Bedrock before? So, I want to say Bedrock reached really high numbers in the beta phase. I think it might have gone up to like 0.14. Unless you're asking, is it coming out for Bedrock or Java first? It's really cool. One of the things that I think must have been incredibly hard for Mojang to do, but they get just about right. Like, as in, they do it right, even though it is clearly a tricky thing every single time, is they released the update at the same time on Bedrock and Java. It took a long time. Like, there was a time where it was like a day before or a day after, and it might even be that time this year. But like, having everyone be hyped for the same update at the same time, rather than having half the community feel like they're like being shafted, it's a smart thing. Again, they could have even gone the other way and been like, we're gonna make could have released updates on Bedrock first as a way to lure people from Java. It would have worked if they did, right? But they didn't. They're like, yep, same updates, same times. And now even the crazy one is it's the same version number. For the longest time we saw them try to argue that 1.17 doesn't really mean anything. It's just a version numbering. But still, 1.17 is the same update for Java and Bedrock. And like I like that. That consistency is so handy living in this like online communication world where everyone hears like a tiny part of the story. Also, thank you very much, Cancerous Attitude. The sign of Cancerous Attitude might cause you huge problems at the barn marketplace. I'll level with you, Cancerous Attitude. If the sign causes problems on the marketplace, I'll remove it and like put CA or something, Again, most marketplace problems are caught in the early phases. Honestly, the first map I ever released, I feel like they were like looking very actively for as many flaws as they could. But it'll probably be fine after this. I still have a map that's releasing semi-soon, by the way. I'm excited to share it.
To Sheets Wi-Fi while putting gas in my car for the first time because I didn't want to completely miss the live stream. Though sadly I cannot tip on my tablet.
Apparently you can. I mean, unless you mean like tip via the Streamlabs. Thank you for the super chat anyway. It is very appreciated. I want to know what Sheets Wi-Fi is. You worked out a way around the filter. You crafty rascal. You're like the cactus in my that's mean. Anyway, no, I want to thank you very much, Pat, Miss Crazy Pat Van Driver lady. Oh, the crazy's gone. My bad. Maybe the crazy was never there and I added it myself. Maybe I'm being really rude. Also, thank you, President-elect Zoom Goat. But Yeah, I'm glad you didn't miss the live stream too. The cool thing about missing live streams, I think I'm going to do a better job of this. I'm going to put the unlisted live stream playlist link in the description soon, so that you can always find them when they're gone. Because a lot of people do just like to listen to these while they play or they watch something. Something I've liked doing recently is I'll put on a podcast and I'll go for a walk. Something about that really stimulates me. Like, I love walking and talking. I say this all the time, and it's very bad advice. But, like, I think one of the best date ideas is just go for a walk, have a good talk. Like, I do, you know, I'm basically going on dates with you, Internet, on the third channel when I walk you around foreign cities. If you want to see more walk and talks in foreign cities, if you want to go on a date with Toycat, I've got a whole channel dedicated to just that. Maybe you find that fun, maybe you don't. But yeah, I think that just going for a walk somewhere is a horrifically underrated thing. Like meeting up with an old friend, it's ibxtoycat, it's Adrian Lindsay. Okay, you know what, some number of you have known me now for as long as you would know a friend, and a small number of you will have known me for longer than you've known most of your friends, right? Isn't that weird? I think it's weird. Like, how do we even deal with that, you know? Date with Toycat sounds pretty awesome, not gonna lie, says Penny Hepturn Hodgson. Exactly, right? No, I feel like you're gonna go for a lot of craziness, and then you'll come out on the other side, and you'll realize that, I guess it all does make sense on this thing. See, I'm getting a lot of dirt today. A lot more dirt than I'm getting iron, but I guess that's fine. Let's finish on this branch mine, go 3 blocks to the left, and start down on another one. So again, we need to get a lot of iron today. Oh, honestly, I'll be happy with like 400 iron total. So I can make like 1,000 raw iron. 1,000 raw iron, divide that by 9, you get like 100 blocks. Then I can make my iron golem, my raw iron golem. Oh, I just understood the raw iron golem now. And then I can also make my beams pathway. I feel bad for Jaffa, the Minecraft artist. Like, he's like a very Twitter guy, you know? Because like, there's a certain breed of politics that's very big on. He likes his Twitter, and it just became a meme in the Minecraft world that the raw iron blocks are iron, right? And like, you know, like it's funny, and I'm sure at first he found it funny. Like to all of us, you're hearing that joke. You know, there's an interesting thing about jokes, right? You hear a joke for the first time, maybe it's funny. You hear it for the next 5 times, maybe if it wasn't funny the first time, it gets there. There's a certain number of times where you've heard a joke where it always gets old. This is why memes are constantly recycling, right? What happened to the OnlyFans for Minecraft maps? We ran into some legal issues with regards to setting up an OnlyFans for Minecraft maps that I don't know if I can divulge fully. But I still want to do it. We might have to step back on those plans a little bit, though. This is the first live stream I've caught, says Penny. I'm glad to see you for the first time. I've seen suspiciously, I've seen your comments a ton today, but that's great. You missed iron, says James Stahl. Oh, darn. I'd better go back and get it. Or maybe that's the whole point of the stream. Maybe we don't want iron. Maybe I'm just lying about wanting iron. Because really, there's nothing else in my life that brings me fulfillment besides mining iron. Who knows for sure? All I know is we're going to mine this way till we hit another tunnel. 3 blocks, and then we're good. And, oh, something weird just happened. Huh. I wonder what just happened there. Are you doing okay? Can you hear me, chat? Say pineapples in chat if you can see what's happening. If it's still streaming, say pineapples. I just want to hear some pineapples in the chat. The Swedish name for strawberry, jordgubb, when translated to English, is dirt, man. Oh, my favorite one is that the German, I think it's actually the Bavarian word for potato is earth apple. It's an apple that comes from the ground, an earth apple. It's a lot of fun. You've caught my comments as I say quality things. Well, I've got a disturbing ad here, but pineapple. I can't believe I'm not giving people ads. Now, what? One of the things I like about YouTube, as opposed to Twitch, is you don't have to play ads. Like, you get one when you start the stream and that's it. On Twitch, this is crazy that this is true. They have to do like 4 minutes of commercial an hour or something. It's like some pretty large amount. French pomme de terre. Oh, it's okay. So I know it's in French too, by the way. It's just also in Bavarian, German. Like it's funny because like they, you know, I can tell you the word. It's Erdapfel. Pineapples. Thank you, Ned Oren, for confirming you see the stream okay. That is the best confirmation I can have. Okay, chat. I'm gonna need some medical advice before we go today. I'm sorry for asking such an invasive question about myself. But, so I got sunburn kind of bad when I was in Seattle. And my skin stayed pink for a week. I've never had a sunburn that lasted more than a couple days. And, so now, again, I don't wanna weird you out here. So everyone stay with me. If you find weird issues to be weird, then oops. But, so my skin, okay, I'm gonna, you know, just be warned, I am the whitest man alive despite being partially Asian. And so, my skin now looks like this. I can't even show you correctly. Can you see that? It's like, it's molting, but like a week and a half later. Wait, I can show you by doing this maybe. Can you see the skin particles falling off? Well, it now hurts really bad. Like it hurts. Please slap it. Are you just telling me to slap myself? When did this stream become the Toycat OnlyFans? Anyway, Jesus Christ, you're incredibly pale. Yeah, look at, wait, can I show you? I have Lord Voldemort level skin, you know? I have not seen the sun in that long. Are those sweat bumps? That's normal. No, it's like, you know, okay, yeah, it's sweat. Okay, you know, I like when someone says, nah, it's not a problem, it's fine. So there's no problem. Thank you, internet. I'm okay. Good to go. But do you know Canadians call sofas Chesterfields? I have heard that Canadians call sofas Chesterfields. I think it's a particular type of sofa they would call a Chesterfield in a particular part of Canada though. And so it's like saying Americans call soda Coke when it's kind of not, right? Wait, Chantal, the moderator, the 2021's greatest moderator, can confirm why, like, where they're called Chesterfields and why, or any of the other weird Canadian details. Give us a culture lesson. You're fine, I'm a mum and a nurse. The thing is, like, I always am worried that, like, because I feel like rural Nova Scotia says Chesterfield. Soda is called fizzy drink, says the bad llama. So I call it fizzy drink too because I'm from the UK and New Zealand's just the UK with funny accents. But gotta take a dig at every country. You know what? Today I'm gonna hurt every country. Tell me what country you're from and I'll insult it. You know, let's not do that. You know, actually, let's do that. You know, your country needs to be taken down a peg, internet. Let me tell you about it. Anywhere super modernized calls them couches, rural areas say Chesterfields. Do you live on a do you have a couch or a Chesterfield, Chantal? Ireland? I mean, you know, Netherlands. You know, the Netherlands is like, oh, we are so great. We are from, you know, I can't do it. You know, I want to be mean to places, but I feel like I'm doing too hard. I have a couch. Ooh, Chantal's from a super modernized city, everyone. Doxing alert. Try the Philippines. The Philippines, you know what? Every time I'm like, oh, Filipino food's so great. It's like, this is just meat and rice. And it's like, that's not food. That's just ingredients. Oh, actually, you know what? That's British food too. I can't do that. I bet you don't know anything about North Carolina. So here's my experience. People from New York leave New York eventually because it's really expensive, etc., etc. And if they're right wing, they leave to North Carolina. If they're left wing, they leave to Vermont. And if they're in the center, they'll leave to like Long Island or New Jersey. And I can't work out why people like politically self-select that way. But such is life, living in North Carolina. Isn't the Netherlands full of ghosts and wither skeletons? I should have made that joke. You're right. My bad. Isn't the Netherlands full of... Oh, wait, sorry. I'm reading the same comment. Norway? There is no way I'm criticizing my favorite country. You could not trick me into criticizing Norway. Oh, by the way, I just realized, without knowing it, we're mining in old world. So unlike if you mine any modern Minecraft things, we're not gonna... Oh. That's inconvenient. We're not going to find anything we expect to. Denmark, says Tetsuo Vigilis. Isn't Denmark the one of the Nordic countries where no one can understand you because your accent sounds like you have an apple in your mouth or something? I mean, I'm not saying that. New Zealand is expensive. Yeah, I've been considering buying property in New Zealand. I think that'd be like, I think now's the right time as a, you know, I've long story short, I think New Zealand is a smart place to park some money. And that's a clever tactical decision as a country. It's just also like, you know, if there's like a problem with it, having to fly 24 hours to fix it, probably not smart. Probably not smart. Norway's my favorite country, but I've never been there. I went to Norway in January 2020. It was the last country I visited besides America pre-pandemic. I went with my girlfriend. It was really cute. You want to see pictures of us on a mountain? Guess what? You can't see them because they're private. Okay, so that's an iron ore. Look at that. We found some more iron. It took some time, but we're here now. Okay, so I think we've done enough mining for today. We're just gonna grab all of the dirt that we can see, make things even messier with regards to all of this, and then we're gonna work on the lava thing a bit more. We can make some cauldrons too, like kind of like have a proof of concept ready, you know. I'm left wing, but living in North Carolina. That is gonna move in New York, says Violet Sage. See, right, I've look at me. I nailed your situation. There is an interesting thing about America that a lot of countries don't have the luxury of. Is it's so big that you can like politically self-segregate yourself if you want to. Like you don't even need to understand other people's opinions if you don't want to. You just surround yourself by people who agree with you and go, these people all know the truth. Unlike everyone else who is peddling some imaginary version of events, these people all get things. But like I in the same way, I'm living right now in America, right? One of the largest countries on Earth. But I'm living in a city that is super dense. I'm 20 floors up off the ground and I can see 5 skyscrapers. I can see so many skyscrapers from my window I can't count them all. I'm living in this super dense city, which I love. I love big cities, even though I'm living in this super rural country. You know, it's most of America is rural, but not most of America's people are. And you can choose to live with like 5 acres of farmland and grow some strawberries if you want to, or you can choose to live in a giant city, or you can choose to live midway in between. There's something cool about big countries, and that you have the freedom to do that. But there's also a downside that like people forget that other people have different preferences to them, and they'll be like, I live in the greatest city in the world, or the greatest country in the state in the country. There is no other state that is comparable. Oh, we need to grab iron. Do I have cauldrons lying around? Or wait, chat, do you know where I put my cauldrons? I have a ton of cauldrons just lying around somewhere. Toycat told me to move on very quickly, even when I don't get what I wanted. That's a valuable lesson. I am happy. Oh, so we're gonna move all the iron and all the gold. Okay, so just to clarify, how much iron do we have? Now, so we had 100 before. We now have, what is that? 5 stacks of 64. That makes 320, right? Plus 42. We have 362 iron, and we have we'll put the gold over here. We have 1,000 and I can't even count this, honestly. I live in the greatest apartment building of the greatest neighborhood in the greatest city in the world. See, you did say you did say that you love your apartment building. It's the greatest place. When we met David, right? It's easy to get caught up in thinking that, and then to think that everyone else who doesn't live the way you live must be wrong. But like with so many other things in life, it's easy to think people are wrong about all sorts of things, but it doesn't mean they are. Unless they objectively are wrong and they don't agree with me, in which case, haha, aren't they silly? Okay, I'm gonna go make some fireworks real quick. It's been a long time since I've had to gather more gunpowder. Fun fact, more people live in the state of California than in the entire country of Canada, says Jake Carroll. That is a fun fact. Thank you for sharing it with me. I type in the greatest live stream chat on the internet. Oh yeah, of course, this is objectively the greatest live stream. It's definitely not one choice. Like, and you kind of have to believe that or, like, share it, because otherwise, like, you know, if this isn't the greatest live stream, what are you all doing here? You're spending your Wednesdays here instead of better places you could be, right? I betrayed my homestead in Michigan and moved to California. Did you know Michigan has a city named Hell? We used to swim there. I did know that Michigan has a city named Hell. Fun fact. Yeah, no, a lot of people move for job opportunities, and I like, that's something I admire about America. I wish that more people in other places were like willing to move for a job. That's like, I understand why you wouldn't, and I understand if you can't. But it's also something like I respect a lot. That I see a lot here, and I'm like, that's nice. That's cool. I have a trident lying around. Should I put that somewhere, or should I leave it around forever? I don't know the answer. Let's put this in here. Too much coal. And let's grab some more sticks too. I think I have a ton of sticks lying around in here. I do not have a ton of sticks lying around in here. So let's pick that back up. And then let's find these cauldrons. Chat, where are my cauldrons at? Why not spend them here? Seattle has the same population as the whole of New Zealand. That can't be true. Hey Google. Hey Google. Okay Google. Well, I don't have Googling functions. I think even Washington State probably has a smaller population. Texas is definitely a country. I am heading to Texas soon. Are you excited? Are you excited for me, internet? You should be. Okay, so plan here is to put this away and then grab my... Wait, I know where I must have put it. I must have put it in either the iron chest. That's not the iron chest. Is this the iron chest? Is this the iron chest? Is it? 9 cauldrons. Heck yes. And then we'll take these 9 cauldrons with me to the pre-prepared part of the farm. Again, we're gonna like actually make it later. I just want to like get the basis going now. Wait, it's all Ohio? Always has been. It says Blaze Warrior 17. Idaho is one of those really weird states because it's like the one big state that isn't on either of the coasts, or Illinois, you know, because that's on like a lake. I guess Ohio's probably on a lake too, but you don't think of it as being a lake state. You're not like, oh yeah, Ohio, that state with all the water in it. So yeah, let's place a ton of these over here, I guess. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I guess we'll just put 8 and 9 over there. Simple as that. And so yeah, now the lava pours down and it doesn't fill cauldrons, and it makes me infinitely sad. But we'll deal with that later. I just like that it's there, kind of pre-prepared for 1.17. It's so cold that I can see myself breathing inside my house. That is crazy, Funcat 1. I guess it must be winter there or something, but like, why is there just a chest with a single piece of string here? My own chests confuse me on such a regular basis. I guess I should move the chest. I guess I might as well move it. You know, when life gives you lemons. So you're gonna need room for dripstone there. Can't I put the dripstone underneath the glass and put it straight in? Right? Nah, that definitely seems correct. I think that a couple of years ago I thought Ohio was pronounced Oyo. it should, yeah, like Oyo, right? Oh yeah, the great state of Oyo. I'm from the great state of Oyo. We don't have much, but what we do have, we have mighty fine. I don't know what everyone in America has to sound like this. It's kind of just a rule. Then you won't be able to see or collect the lava. Who needs to see or collect lava? Again, we'll deal with that all later. For now, this is perfection. I disagree. Okay, so next plan is to... I got my fireworks in order. I got my iron ore ready. I'm very excited about that. My next plan is to say thank you for watching. Yeah, I sometimes like bring streams into a wrap-up mode. And I think like having a smooth down pull is sometimes good. But sometimes you need a rapid end to something. You just need to be like, gone, done, right now. And so thank you so much for watching this live stream. I've got Realm Review for May, America Edition, coming out soon. Like, really soon. That's what I'm going to work on the moment I press done, which is right now. Thank you for watching, because I'll see you all next time. Good. Wait, do you want to see the downside of sand again? There you go.